Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Episode 28, Superspreaders and Asian Hate is up. If you check the description below, you can get access to our podcast on your favorite streaming platform. And you can also go to our website, snswithmarkandrob.com, where you can access all of our videos and podcasts in one convenient place. So Rob, what's going on? We had a pretty good episode this week.
That's right. We get the super spreaders, the problem mansplaining, the manspreading. Everybody sitting there. Oh, my bad. That's the wrong one. So, yeah, super spreaders, the whole entire idea about everybody saying that how in Vegas and other places right now have these places opening up. They're finally being free to go out, do whatever the hell they want. And they're saying it's actually causing what they're predicting to be what's going to be a crazy spike in the cases for Corona. For myself, nothing really been going on. Hope everybody else out there is having a good time, a good week. So this is, once again, another weekly recap of what's going on. So what you got for us, brother?
Oh, yeah, it's just blatantly obvious. You know, they're already talking about super spreaders. And it's actually funny because I brought up in the episode, I went out to Fremont Street in Vegas on Friday. And now I'm seeing all these articles how it was a lot more crowded than usual. And they think it's going to be a super spreader for the new variant. Whatever. I guess if you follow the show, we'll find out if I'm good or not in the near future. But yeah, it's just the fact that they're already making articles predicting super spreaders makes my theory make just so much more sense. You know, for example, I think right now it's similar. Like this episode, it's similar to what we saw in June. Things were opening, like back in June, things were opening and you had BLM. And then they said BLM didn't cause the spread, but, you know, going to dinner with your family and whatever caused it, you know, wherever you were going out. And then, you know, now this is looking like a repeat of last June, just with Asian Lives Matter instead of Black Lives Matter. You know, so it's like now they're already predicting things to be super spreaders, setting themselves up for when, because, you know, everyone's assuming they're going to try to lock us down again. And to me, the first day that shit's booming and they're already like predicting super spreaders, then when they close in a month or two again and they'd be like, see, we told you so. But the Asian protesters had nothing to do with it. And, you know, and I don't mean that in a bad way towards Asians. I'm talking about Americans that happen to be Asian American and for the Asian Americans protesting, spreading it like BLM spread it in June. Even though you had Fauci crediting in July of last year that BLM did not add. You know, BLM wasn't the super spreader. You enjoying your life was.
Yeah, shame on you people. I don't know. I think a lot of these problems are stemming from Georgia. And you know what I got to say about that? Fuck Georgia. Why can't we just let them break off and set sail in the Atlantic?
Well,
let them sink. Let them die. Let them have their own thing. Because we got the Atlanta stuff that happened, the Atlanta shooting with the Asians, 8 people died. And then we also have the George Floyd incident, which just happened last year. And now we have the whole entire court case being pretty much postponed because they bribed the family $27 million, which completely destroyed the case. They had to actually get a whole new jury now. The judge said this is wrong. This is not right. It is nothing is actually flowing right at all. Like you said, it's probably because they're trying to do a distraction. They're distracting everything from the actual real issues. Do I think Corona's a real issue? Not really, but it's just funny how they keep throwing literally fucking spitballing at us and, you know, curveballs just doesn't keep us on our toes and distract us from the real issue, which is the fucking government is fucked up and we're not doing anything about it.
well, I don't even know if I brought that up in the episode, and whether I did or not, I meant to. One thing about the shooting, so he shot up a strip in I think it was downtown Georgia, one of the main streets in Georgia. And, you know, the people he killed, like, worked at the Asian massage parlors, right? And the reason I laugh, not in a fucked up way, I know it sounds bad to laugh, whatever, fuck it, fuck you if you're offended. But now they're doing all these Asian Lives Matters, like acting like he killed a bunch of Asians because of COVID and racism. Meanwhile, the kid even stated that the reason he shot up the place was because he was a 21-year-old sex addict and he was addicted to going to massage parlors with happy endings. And basically he was like, he went crazy and was trying to kill off his temptations. It has nothing to do with race. So this is definitely just the left media base rating. Wait, what did I say? Oh, race baiting. Ah.
Race baiting.
What did I say?
Not
Base
base
rating.
rating.
Yeah,
Base
race
rating.
baiting.
Yeah.
But no, I'm saying like the kid straight up said I was addicted to sex and I was trying to kill off my temptation. So they're the ones making it. Oh yeah, he was killing almost as if he killed a bunch of Asians because of the Chinese virus and blah blah blah. It's like, yo, he was a sex addict and your people fucking suck people off for $50 after a massage. So, I mean,
I'm gonna have to keep note of this next time I go down to my local rub and tug parlor. I mean, massage parlor. You know, God forbid, we're all in danger out here, men and women alike. But yeah, the 8 people who died were all women because, well, I think mostly women. Obviously, because like you said, they were all Asian massage parlors, beautician spots, whatever. So now we got the rise of what they say Asian lives matter too, which is surprising because apparently Asian lives didn't really fall under the spectrum of the minority because they were always, for the most part, very successful at everything they did. You don't ever see Asian people getting scholarships necessarily the same or grants the same way other minorities do, such as the African American community, Black community, or Latino community. They don't get the same exact privileges as those minorities because they're a minority that proves to be relatively successful most of the time. So it's pretty funny they actually want to make an issue out of this, in my opinion. That's just my 2 cents about it. If you guys think differently, you know, throw it in the comments below, but that's how I stand on it.
oh yeah. Now, I'm not saying Asian hate doesn't exist after, obviously with coronavirus and with Trump, even though the virus did come from China. I'm saying if you factor in a big chunk of his supporters and how much he was emphasizing that, it makes sense that racist things do happen places. But is it to the extent that we should be rioting over things that weren't caused over racial, with racist intent?
Well, the problem is, I think, is that people talk about this whole China, what Trump called the China virus, the coronavirus. I don't really think the hate ever really stemmed from there. I just think they're using it as a political narrative to be able to manipulate everybody to say, hey, well, because of this, now this is what's going on. I think, like you say, there's always a conspiracy behind everything. I think it's probably something to do with the government trying to say, you know what, let's fucking steer people towards this one topic. This coronavirus, the Chinese people, let's get them out there too, because let's just say Trump was a cause of all this Chinese or Asian hate while we fuck the rest of this government up. And ignore the fact that China right now is actually preparing to go to war with us and destroy all of our shit too. So,
oh yeah, but I'll tell you one thing. What I'm about to say right now, if anyone disagrees with me, they're lying, or they just don't pay attention. Because I mean, fuck Trump himself. I'm talking about the average Republican and the average Trump supporter. They're either full-blown racist or claim they're not racist, but you could tell they are. Like, how
I'm
many?
not gonna say bullshit on that.
I'm not. And I don't even mean that from the leftist term. I'm saying everyone I know, every personal friend I have, everyone I know that loves Trump and still loves Trump, they might even think they're not racist, but they use derogatory, like, racial terms.
I do all the time.
There you go.
So do you. Sorry, you're not
to
Trump
that,
supporter, so do you.
Not really
So
to
does
that
anybody.
extent.
The point I'm trying to make is that everybody sits there and makes jokes. Everybody doesn't like anybody.
No, but I'm not.
their-
I'm not talking about
not even talking
jokes. I'm talking about like straight up, full blown. Like you could tell, like they're either honest that they're racist or like they don't even realize how racist they are.
Guess what? Nobody realizes that you're all fucking racist. That's my point. Everybody's
Well,
a fucking racist.
I will say
Everybody
the left is more racist than the right. My favorite scenario that you see a lot, especially where we're from, or you could see in any leftist major city today. The what is it? The bartender, the 25-year-old bartender with purple hair that lives with her parents that would actually like look at a rich, minority and think like that she has more privilege than that person. Literally could be talking down to like a black man wearing a Gucci suit, thinking that she understands her privilege and his hardship. Meanwhile, she's a bartender that lives with her mom.
Well,
it's like,
yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. There is no actual definition anymore of what racism really is. Racism used to be a hate thing. Now racism is literally you going out. There was actually something out there on YouTube. A guy went inside wearing a face mask that was the Blue Lives Matter American flag, his face mask, and he bought a Snickers bar that was a white chocolate. The person behind the counter says, "Wow, you must be racist." It's like, what? No. Blue lives obviously matter too, and I just like white chocolate. Okay, well, you're automatically racist for that. Everything you do is automatically racist now at this point. There's no real definition of what it is. It's just what they see fit to be racist. Now, me saying that I don't fucking like a certain stereotype of people, in my opinion, is not racist either. Nobody likes a stereotype of any fucking person. Whether it be a fucking Guido, whether it be a black person, whether it be an Indian, Mexican, anything. Nobody likes a stereotype of that kind of person because stereotypes are there because obviously there's so much of them and people just make fun of it and it's so fucking annoying. It is what it is. Or funny. One or the other. To be a fucking racist, literally you sit there going out, I fucking hate these fucking people, they're blah, 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 blah. Not because you go out and you prefer, say for example, in the dating world, I prefer a white girl who's brunette. Okay, so now all of a sudden I'm a racist because I don't fucking like, say, black people or Asian people or whatever fucking bullshit. It's like, okay, what about people with blonde hair? I'm sorry, I don't prefer blonde women. I'm racist against blondes?
No, I'm not talking about that. I mean, one thing I'll say is, for example, you know,
most Trump supporters are not racist. All I'm trying to say. That's it. Most of them are.
I'm just saying, like, say people from when we were younger. I remember being at like people's houses and say the whole family, which is currently Trump supporters and more Republican along the lines back then. Like, that's why I said Republicans and Trump supporters and whatever, because for some reason people treat them like two different things. But, you know, I'm not talking about racist jokes. I'm talking about like
racism, period. I'm saying.
No, yeah, but I'm talking.
So.
But there's a difference between like a racist joke and if you're actually funny and you're not racist, even the people you're making fun of will laugh. I'm talking about like being at someone's house and there's a person of color on a commercial and like anyone in the family that walks by would be like, oh, what's this dirt doing on my TV? I'm talking about like real brutal straight racism. I'm not talking about like little petty jokes or what the left would classify as racism, because anything's racist to them. I'm talking about actual racism. Like, that's the difference.
Yeah, I don't think it really exists much on the right side. I think a lot of it has changed over to the right side. I still don't think the racism really exists there. I've never really seen any Republican standard or any sort of Republican business or Republican person go, you should be less black and be more white. My 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean, anyone will side with what they like, you know. I'm just saying it's more common. I'm not saying everyone is, but it's more common. That's my point. But
I don't know. I don't expect anybody else to be less of whatever they are. I don't expect you to tell me I should be any less of what I am. That's all I'm saying. I never heard of any other campaign besides one political party say you should be less of what you are because of your history. That has nothing to do with you. Be less of that because, hell, we got to hold the hand of one particular person or one particular party or minority or whatever. Help them out. Fuck out of here, man. Sorry. It's not racist. Stop blaming other people for your own problems that happened 100 years ago, more than that. And actually get out there and do something with yourself. There's plenty of people out there who prove something different. And that's all I'm saying. There's plenty of people out there, examples to show something different.
Yeah, but what is
in today's world?
What does 400 years ago have to do with like white trash people being mad that like, you know, like that
Of course there are people extending the olive branch here. Obviously there are people out there who exist who obviously still feel that way. And me being the person where I stand on things, they should be buried underneath the fucking prison. Fuck them. They're pieces of shit.
Yeah, that's my point.
That's what I'm saying about it. You know, obviously there are, but it's not more right-leaning or more left-leaning. It's just there are people out there. There are extreme right people who believe in that. Trump flat out said he condemns that. He's not a fucking racist. He condemned that. Same thing with, you know, I can't say the same thing with Obama and Biden or Clinton or anybody, because they're more or less putting these people into these situations that hold them down, whereas the people on the right have been trying to put them in situations that actually bring them back up. But it seems like the roles haven't reversed. They've only been reversed because that's what the media is showing you. You know what I mean? For example, like we've been talking about the whole party switch situation episodes ago. It's just it's a manipulation of what people try and want you to think. So if you think that Trump is a real racist and everybody who supports Trump is a racist, then that's a very blanket statement. That's kind of bullshit. Are there people racist who support Trump? Yes.
See, but the way I started that off is I said fuck Trump and whatever he is. I'm talking about like you meet more people that support him. I never said all.
Most, you said. I didn't say all. The most. My bad.
No, yeah, I said most people you meet that are. That's what I said. I never exclaimed that there's a huge percentage or not. Even if it's a tiny percentage, if you do meet one, they typically support Trump. Or anyone who's running on the right, regardless if they're good or bad. But, yeah, I mean, our video ran a little longer than usual. But, yeah, I guess you got anything else to say to the people on this fine week of super spreaders and Asian hate?
Yeah, I think you guys a little bit more content than usual because this is stuff we talked about here that you don't hear in the podcast, but there's a lot more to hear in the podcast that we get into that involves this stuff. Hope you guys check it out. All in the link description below. Click on the link. Hope you guys love it. Peace out.
Yes, and don't forget to tune in next Monday, March 29th, for episode 29. And yeah, and also don't forget to look out for our Patreon in the description where you can access our episodes 2 days early. We hope you guys enjoy. Love you and peace out.